The future is always just out of sight. We can feel it on the horizon, like the distant glow of a lighthouse beckoning us forward. But we never quite know what lies ahead. And today there's something in the air, something that promises to change everything we know about investing, wealth, and the very nature of markets. That something is artificial intelligence. The question isn't whether AI will change our world, it's how profoundly it will change it, and whether we're prepared for it. This, my friends, is the dawning of a new age, an age where machines learn, adapt, and think for themselves. And as this new power rises, the world of finance, the world of investing, as the very way we build wealth, will never be the same again. But are we ready for this transformation? I want you to imagine something for a moment. Picture a world where the majority of stock trades are no longer made by human hands, but by machines that can process thousands of data points every second. Imagine algorithms, not emotions, driving the decisions that move markets. Imagine an era where errors, automation, and AI dictate the flow of capital, shaping industries, creating wealth, and perhaps even destroying old ways of thinking. Are you ready for that world? We live in a time of monumental shifts, the likes of which few have ever seen in history. The Industrial Revolution was one of those shifts, and now we are living through the AI revolution. It's as if the hand of destiny has written a new chapter for us. The question is, will we adapt? Will we embrace the change, or will we fight it, only to be left behind in the dust? If you've ever wondered whether the market you've known will remain the same, whether your strategies, your skills, your knowledge will still apply, then you're not alone. I've thought about it too. But the truth is, markets evolve just as industries and economies have always evolved. And with the rise of AI, the markets are about to evolve in ways we cannot yet fully comprehend. But here's the thing, evolution doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow, deliberate process. And in the world of investing, those who act with foresight, patience, and wisdom will always have the edge. The key to success in the age of AI, as in any era, is not to panic in the face of uncertainty, but to embrace it, to recognize the opportunities it presents, and to make decisions based on careful thought and long-term strategy. I'll share a story with you that may seem unrelated at first, but it has everything to do with what we're talking about today. Early in my career, I invested in a company that was developing new technology. The people around me said, "You're betting on something too risky. The market is uncertain, it's too early." The conventional wisdom said to wait, to be cautious. But I saw something others didn't, a future where this technology could change the way industries operated, a future where it would create new opportunities for wealth. In the same way, I see the rise of AI. It's a leap forward, a vast moment of transformation. And those who can see the potential for change, who can read the market through the lens of long-term vision, will be the ones who come out ahead. It's not about rushing in blindly. It's about ours understanding the change and being ready to leverage it when the time is right. AI isn't just the next trend. It's the evolution of the very systems that shape the markets we know today. And the real question isn't whether AI will change everything. The question is, how will you position yourself in the age of automation? Will you sit back and watch, or will you seize the opportunity to adapt, to evolve, and to thrive in the changing landscape? This is the beginning of something bigger than any of us can imagine. The world is changing before our very eyes, and we have a chance to shape the future of wealth. As we venture deeper into this new age of AI, we must address a fundamental question that lies at the core of investing. What is wealth and how is it created? For centuries, the formula has seemed simple. Wealth comes from ownership, owning land, owning companies, owning assets that grow over time. This model has served us well. But now, with AI and automation, the rules are shifting. At first glance, it may seem as though AI is just another tool, another advancement that, like the internet, will make life easier, faster, and more efficient. And while that's true on one level, there's a much deeper truth that few have fully grasped. AI doesn't just automate tasks, it has the potential to redefine the very nature of value creation. Think about it. In the past, wealth was created through the combination of a human labor and capital. But now we are entering an era where machines and algorithms are doing the heavy lifting. AI isn't just optimizing tasks, it's making decisions, predicting market trends, and even creating new markets. If you want to understand how AI will change investing, you have to understand this shift in value creation. A good way to think about it is this: the old way of investing was like planting seeds in fertile soil, nurturing them over time, and watching them grow. This still applies, but now we have a new kind of soil, the digital realm, where AI can help us find the best seeds, optimize growth, and harvest more quickly. This is the future of wealth building. This is combining the wisdom of human judgment with the power of artificial intelligence. But with this power comes great responsibility. In the age of AI, you're not just dealing with numbers on a balance sheet, you're dealing with systems that learn, evolve, and make decisions at speeds unimaginable to the human mind. This is why understanding the power of AI in the markets is no longer optional, it's a necessity. Now, I know many of you may be thinking, this all sounds very futuristic. How can I, as an investor, stay relevant in this age of automation? And that's a fair question. The answer lies in the as-human element. Because while AI has the potential to automate much of the process, there is one thing it can't replicate: as human intuition. We've all had moments when the data didn't tell the full story. We've all had times when gut feelings, instincts, and the ability to read between the lines led us to make better decisions than cold, calculated algorithms. But in the age of AI, those instincts must be paired with an understanding of the new tools at our disposal. The best investors will not only understand AI's capabilities, but will learn to work SARAs with it rather than against it. In my own life, there have been times when I've relied on intuition, but those moments were always informed by experience. This is where AI can help us, not to replace our judgment, but to enhance it. For instance, AI can analyze vast amounts of data and present us with patterns that would have taken us years to uncover on our own. It can help us anticipate market shifts, identify emerging opportunities, and even manage risky in ways that were previously unimaginable. But let's not be naive. There are risks here too. Just as AI can help us make better decisions, it can also lead us astray. There's a danger in becoming too reliant on machines, in losing sight of the human elements in investing. Machines don't understand people, emotions, or the real-world complexities that drive markets. That's where we, as investors, have to step in. I'll give you an example from my early days of investing. I once placed a bet on a company that seemed like it was on the verge of something huge. The numbers looked good, the market was ripe, and everything pointed to success. But there was something in my gut that told me it wasn't quite right. Everyone around me said I was being too cautious, that I was overthinking it. But I trusted my instincts and walked away from the deal. Months later, that company faced a massive regulatory scandal, something no algorithm would have predicted. This is the other human element that will always be vital in investing. While AI can help us see patterns and predict trends, it can't tell us when something just doesn't feel right. That's the space where we still hold the advantage. So the challenge moving forward is this: Sarah, how do we strike the right balance between leveraging AI's power and maintaining our human judgment? The future of investing isn't about choosing between one or the other. It's about blending the two. It's about understanding AI's role in the markets and using it as a tool, but never losing sight of the core principles that have guided investors for centuries: desires and wisdom, patience, and the ability to understand the human factors that shape markets. There's a story about a legendary investor who once said, "I don't need to predict the future. I need to understand the present." This is what I believe about AI and the markets. You don't need to predict exactly how AI will shape every sector, every stock, every market. What you need to do is understand the tools you have at your disposal and use them wisely to enhance your own decision-making. AI can't replace you, but it can make you better. It can help you make, smarter, faster decisions, and it can even help you see opportunities that others may miss. But the best investors will always be the ones who combine human intuition with machine power. The ones who understand that while machines can make decisions, they cannot dream as creative or imagining. As we delve deeper into the world of AI and its impact on markets, it's important to consider the concept of market evolution. Markets have always been driven by change, by technology, by new forces that challenge the old guard. And as we look ahead, we see AI as the latest force that will not just disrupt, but reshape how we invest, how we analyze opportunities, and how we create wealth. One of the things that excites me about this era is that AI democratizes information. In the past, investment opportunities were often hidden behind a veil. Exclusive knowledge, access to high-level networks, or expensive analysts were required to uncover real insights. The average investor had limited access to the kind of data and analysis that could give them an edge in the market. But now AI is tearing down these barriers. Through automation and sophisticated algorithms, AI can analyze massive amounts of data in real time, making that as information accessible to everyone. What does this mean for the individual investor? It means that the playing field is leveling. Now, with the right tools and understanding, anyone can have access to the same high-quality data that once was reserved for large institutional investors. AI has the potential to create a world where knowledge isn't confined to the wealthy or powerful, but can be accessed by anyone who is willing to learn and adapt. But just because the tools are available doesn't mean everyone will use them wisely. It says technology by itself doesn't create wealth. It's how we use that technology, how we make decisions with the information at our disposal that determines success. AI may give us access to data, but it's our ability to interpret that data, to see the trends, the patterns, the signals beneath the noise, that will separate those who succeed from those who merely follow the crowd. We've all heard the term information overload. And it's true, we live in an age where there's so much information coming at us that it can be paralyzing. Thus, AI's role in this new world isn't just to process the data, but to help us make sense of it. By finding patterns in real time, AI can help us understand the bigger picture, not just today, but months and years down the road. This is where our real power lies, in the ability to see the future trends before they become apparent to everyone else. Now, here's the real beauty of it. AI is not just about making short-term decisions. Sure, it can help us make faster trades, identify emerging opportunities, and assess risk, but the true value of AI in investing is in its ability to help us craft our long-term strategies. When you use AI, you're not just looking for the next big stock to buy or sell. You're analyzing data over time, identifying patterns, and making decisions based on long-term visions, not just momentary market fluctuations. The key here is consistency. AI doesn't get emotional. It doesn't panic when the market takes a dive or when bad news hits. It simply processes the information and makes decisions based on data. And that's where the human investor comes in. We bring the long-term vision, the patience, and the resilience. We know that markets aren't just a game of quick wins. They're about heirs playing the long game, about seeing opportunities when others can't, about maintaining a steady hand even when everyone else is reacting impulsively. Let me share a story from my own experience. I once made an investment in a technology company that was ahead of its time. The company was still in its infancy, and many people around me couldn't see the potential. The product was groundbreaking, but it wasn't yet profitable. It was easy to dismiss as a speculative venture, but I could see the potential. The market was evolving, and I understood the long-term trend. I didn't need instant returns. I needed a sustainable growth. I didn't rush to sell at the first sign of a dip. I trusted the company's vision, and over time, that investment became one of the most profitable ones I've ever made. AI brings this level of foresight and analysis to the table. It can help you make those kinds of decisions based on long-term vision, not short-term noise. The true power of AI isn't just in fast trading or quick profits. It's in its ability to help us see the world differently, to shift our mindset from chasing immediate returns to building sustainable wealth over time. But there's a catch. With all this power comes a new level of responsibility. We are entering an era whereas the markets will be driven by data, by algorithms, by machines that process information faster than any human mind could ever hope to. And the question is, will we as human investors use these tools wisely? AI will create vast opportunities, but it will also create new challenges. As the machines get smarter, they may start to replace some of the jobs and tasks we've traditionally relied on. Entire industries could be upended. The way we work, the way we live, and the way we invest could all be dramatically different in the coming years. This means that those of us who wish to succeed in this age of automation must be, as Sarah's, lifelong learners. We must be willing to adapt, to learn new skills, and to understand how to work with AI, or not just rely on it. Because as powerful as these machines are, they can't replicate the human qualities that make us uniquely, as creativity, intuition, foresight, and purposey. Those qualities, combined with the power of AI, will allow us to build wealth and create opportunities that last us. As we continue on this journey through the age of AI, let's talk about the dynamics of risk, something that's at the heart of investing. Risk, as we know it, has always been a part of markets. There's no such thing as a sure thing in investing. But in the age of AI, the nature of risk is evolving. The question isn't just, Sarah, what are the risks? But to Sarah, how will automation change our understanding of risk management? In the past, when we assessed risk, we relied heavily on human judgment. We looked at a company's fundamentals, its history, its leadership, its competitive edge. We looked at macroeconomic trends, market sentiment, and political stability. But now AI is stepping in to help us process these factors at our speed and scale that human brains simply can't keep up with. AI can scan vast amounts of data and give us insights that would have been impossible just a few years ago. It can tell us how a company is likely to perform in various market conditions based on historical data and real-time events. It can model risk in ways that go beyond what we could have imagined in the past. It can take millions of data points, from stock prices to economic indicators to global events, and present a picture of risk that's far more nuanced than any human could ever produce. But here's where things get interesting. As AI becomes more involved in decision-making, it can also create new risks, the unforeseen consequences, the unintended volatility, and even market manipulation. We've already seen the impact of algorithmic trading, where machines make decisions based on predefined rules and data. But these machines aren't perfect. They don't have the ability to account for human emotion, and they can't sense changes in the broader market that don't show up in data. In 2010, we witnessed something called the flash crash. For a brief period of time, the stock market plummeted by over 1,000 points, only to quickly recover. The culprit, automated trading systems, algorithms that, in their effort to maximize profit, inadvertently created massive volatility. That was a wake-up call. It showed us that as machines gain more control over the markets, new risks emerging. So how do we manage these risks in the age of AI? Awareness is the first step. As investors, we need to be cautious about the blind faith that AI is infallible. Just because a machine says it's a good time to invest doesn't mean it is. Yes, AI is powerful, but it's still limited. It can't see the entire picture. It can't anticipate all the human factors that drive markets: uncertainty, fear, greed, and irrational behavior. One way we can safeguard ourselves is by diversifying our investments. Diversification remains one of the oldest and most reliable strategies in investing, and it's just as relevant today in the age of AI. By spreading your investments across various sectors, asset classes, and geographies, you can reduce the impact of any one risk factor. AI can help you identify where to diversify, but your judgment should guide the final decision. Another critical factor in managing risk is having a long-term perspective. AI may excel at short-term predictions, but long-term investing is where true wealth is built. AI can help you optimize your decisions today, but it cannot predict life events, market cycles, or innovative breakthroughs that will shape the future. Long-term investing still relies heavily on the human ability to sense what's coming down the road. This brings us back to the question of purposey. What are we investing for? What's the end goal? In the age of AI, where decisions are increasingly driven by algorithms, it's easy to get lost in the noise of data, trends, and short-term gains. But the true investors, the ones who create lasting wealth, are those who can see beyond the immediate. Those who have a thousand vision for the future, and who invest with that long-term vision in mind. Take, for example, one of the most well-known investors of all time, Warren Buffett. He's been investing in companies for decades, and his focus has always been on businesses that will endure for the long haul. AI can help us identify potential opportunities, but it cannot replace the fundamental principles of investing, understanding the business, its management, its potential to grow over time. In this new world, the best investors will be those who know how to use AI as a tool for managing risk while still relying on their judgment, wisdom, and understandings of the broader economic and human factors at play. The machines will never fully replace the need for human insight, for seeing the world not just through data but through experience and intuition. And as we move forward, it's critical to remember that AI is not just a tool for risk management, it's a tool for opportunity. It can help us identify emerging markets, anticipate trends before they take hold, and uncover investment opportunities that were previously invisible to the human eye. In this way, AI isn't just a challenge to traditional investing, it's an opportunity to enhance our abilities to make better, more informed decisions, and to position ourselves for long-term success. In the end, AI won't change the fundamental rules of investing, it will simply enhance them. It will give us more tools, more information, and more clarity. But the foundation of patience, wisdom, and long-term vision will always be the key to success. As we continue our journey into the future of investing, let's pause for a moment and think about humanity's role in this new world, ours. The rise of artificial intelligence and automation is not just about machines taking over tasks, or even about optimizing processes for faster gains. It's about a profound shift in how we think about value as we work in human potential. In many ways, AI is challenging the very core of our identity. We've always prided ourselves on our ability to reason, to make decisions, to predict outcomes, and to control the systems we've created. But as AI advances, we're forced to confront a reality machines can do many of these things better, faster, and more efficiently than we can. So what does this mean for us as investors? And more importantly, what does it mean for us as individuals? One of the most profound changes I see in the age of AI is the changing definition of work. In the past, people worked to earn a living, to produce goods and services, to contribute to their families, communities, and society. Today, with AI taking over much of the manual, repetitive, and even creative tasks, many jobs that were once vital are no longer as necessary as they once were. But this doesn't mean we're irrelevant. On the contrary, it means that we now have the opportunity to invest in things that are more human, things that machines cannot replace. What do I mean by that? I mean that in this new age, there's investing in the human spirit. Creativity, imagination, emotional intelligence, empathy, and connection will be more important than ever. These are the qualities that AI cannot replicate, no matter how advanced it becomes. Take a moment and reflect on the most successful businesses of our time. Think of Apple, Amazon, Tesla, and others. These companies didn't just succeed because of their technology. They succeeded because they tapped into something human. Apple didn't just sell technology, it sold an experience, a connection to a lifestyle. Tesla didn't just build cars, it built a vision for the future, a movement that people could connect with emotionally. This is where the true opportunity lies in the age of AI, investing in what is deeply human. While AI will handle the heavy lifting of automation, decision-making, and data processing, the businesses and investments that will thrive will be those that touch the hearts and minds of people. AI will help us optimize these opportunities, but it will be our human connections, our vision, and our creativity that make them powerful. For example, AI can help businesses become more efficient, make better use of resources, and increase their profits. But it cannot create as inspiration, or as purpose, or as meaning. These are things that only humans can provide. As investors, we have the power to recognize these opportunities, to invest in the businesses that are leading the charge in creating a better, more meaningful world. I've always believed that the best investments are those that are tied to something bigger than money. Yes, profits matter, but at the end of the day, we invest in businesses because they have the power to improve lives. They have the ability to create lasting change, to shape our societies, and to contribute to the world in meaningful ways. The businesses that will succeed in the age of AI will be those that embrace their human purpose and use technology to amplify that purpose. Think of the healthcare industry, for instance. AI is revolutionizing healthcare by providing Azure's real-time analysis of medical data, predicting patient outcomes, and helping doctors make better decisions. But at the heart of healthcare is something deeply human, as the desire to help others, as to improve lives, and as to heal life. Just AI can't replace that. What it can do is make the healthcare process more efficient, more accurate, and more accessible. The businesses that succeed in healthcare will be the ones that combine technology with a human-centered mission. This principle holds true across every sector. Thus, technology is powerful, but it's the human vision behind it that drives lasting success. The future of investing won't be just about machines and algorithms. It will be about as human purposey and as a human connection. AI will optimize processes, but it's the human touch that will create value. We can already see this in the entertainment industry. AI is revolutionizing how movies are made, how scripts are written, and how content is personalized for consumers. But no matter how advanced AI becomes, it cannot replace the emotional connection we have with the stories we watch, the characters we love, or the art that moves us. As investing in the future of entertainment is investing in human creativity, and AI will help us distribute, analyze, and tailor that creativity to the world. In the same way, the best investments in the future will be those that combine Azur's technology with humanity. Those that understand the unique strengths of both and create something greater than the sum of their parts. We will have access to more data than ever before, and we will have tools that can help us process that data at incredible speeds. But we must remember that our humanity, our ability to dream, to create, and to connect, is what will truly set us apart in this new world. So, as you think about your investments in the age of AI, remember this: the future is not about AI replacing humans. It's about humans using AI to enhance their potential. Thus, the businesses that will thrive are the ones that as combine technology with purposey, that create products and services that as matter to people, and that as move the needles in the areas that matter most. AI is here to stay, but it's not here to replace us, it's here to help us. And if we can use AI wisely, with a clear sense of purpose, we will build wealth in ways that are more meaningful, more impactful, and more lasting than ever before. As we come to the final part of our journey, it's time to reflect on what we've learned and to consider how we can move forward in this new era of investing, one defined by AI, automation, and rapid technological change. There's a natural tendency to fear change. We've all felt that unease when something new and unfamiliar comes into our world. The rise of AI is no different. But if we've learned anything from the past, it's that change is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. In fact, fast change is the very essence of progress. As every technological revolution in history has been met with resistance, with skepticism, and even with fear. The Industrial Revolution, the advent of the Internet, and the rise of automation have all faced the same hurdles. Yet, in every case, those who adapted and embraced the new technology became the leaders. They were the ones who saw opportunity where others saw risk. This is the mindset we need to adopt in the age of AI. We must stop seeing AI as a threat and start seeing it as an opportunity. It's an opportunity to enhance our decision-making, to expand our understanding of markets, and to make us smarter, more informed investments. The future of investing won't be about fighting the machines. It will be about learning to work alongside them. We must embrace AIs not as a replacement for human judgment, but as a powerful tool to complement our own abilities. But as we do so, it's vital that we never lose sight of the principles that have guided us through the ups and downs of markets for centuries. AI is a tool, a remarkable, game-changing tool, but it's not a replacement for wisdom. The best investors of tomorrow will not be those who simply rely on AI to make decisions for them. No, they will be the ones who use AI to enhance their own decision-making, while still holding true to the fundamental principles of investing as patience, long-term vision, and human insight. In the world of AI-driven investing, there will be those who chase after quick profits, who try to time the market based on the latest algorithm. But the true investors, the ones who will create lasting wealth, will be those who use AI to inform their decisions, without allowing it to drive them. They will be the ones who understand the power of AIs and use it as a tool to build a more sustainable, resilient portfolio. The key here is balance. AI will help us make decisions faster and with more precision, but it can't replace the most important aspect of investing, the human touch. Best AI can help us optimize our investment share, but it cannot replace the judgment that comes from experience, from understanding human behavior, and from seeing the world through a broader lens. The best investors will be those who learn to blend the power of technology with the timeless principles of human wisdom. As you move forward in this new era, I want you to remember this, Azers. The future of investing is not about abandoning the past. It's about using the past to guide us into the future. We must take the lessons we've learned over the years about risk, about patience, about long-term vision, and apply them in a new context, one shaped by AI and automation. But we must also be as open to learning, so open to change, as open to the opportunities that AI presents us. If you approach investing with a clear purpose, if you invest with the understanding that the best opportunities come to those who are patient, who see beyond the short-term fluctuations, and who embrace innovation, then you will thrive in this new world. The future is bright for those who can adapt for their rate. And finally, remember this, SARS wealth is not just about the numbers, DOS. It's not just about dollars and cents or returns and profits. Real wealth is about creating something as lasting, something that matters, something that stands the test of time. Whether you're investing in AI-driven companies or traditional assets, always ask yourself, what am I building? What impact am I creating? What will I leave behind? In this age of AI, the opportunities to build wealth are limitless, but they come with a responsibility to use these tools wisely with foresight and vision. As we move forward, let's not forget that the best investments are those that create value for others, that make the world a better place, and that leave a lasting legacy. So, take a moment to think about your role in this changing world. Ask, what will you do with the tools that are now at your disposal? How will you use AI not just to create wealth, but to create meaning? The choice is yours. The future is unfolding, and it's waiting for those who are ready to adapt, to grow, and to build. This is the age of AI. This is your moment. As we come to the end of this journey, I want to leave you with a simple truth that will guide you through the age of AI, through the complexities of markets, and through the ever-evolving landscape of investing. The future is not a place we are going. It's something we are creating. AI, automation, and the powerful technologies that shape our world are not the end of the road. They are just tools that allow us to build something new, something better, something more meaningful. The future is not about who has the most data or who can trade the fastest. It's about vision, purpose, and human insight. There's a beauty in that, don't you think? The beauty of human potential meeting the precision of artificial intelligence. The beauty of creativity, wisdom, and technology working together to create wealth, not just for ourselves, but for others, for the world. That is the future of investing, not simply accumulating wealth, but creating something of value, something that endures, something that lasts. As you step forward into this new era, remember that AI is a tool. It will help you make better decisions, manage risks, and find new opportunities. But it will never replace the fundamental truths of investing: patience, wisdom, and the ability to see the world through a long-term lens. Investing isn't just about finding the next big thing. It's about understanding as what lasts, as what matters, and as what creates real value. In this age of AI, that is more true than ever. So take what you've learned today and use it wisely. Embrace AI as the powerful tool it is, but always remember that it serves your judgment, your vision, and your humanity that will define your success. As you build your wealth, as you shape your future, do so with purpose. Do so with a commitment to creating something that stands the test of time. The world will change, but those who understand the power of AI and the enduring strength of human wisdom will shape that future to ours. Now, as we leave behind the uncertainties and the fears of the unknown, know that the future is yours for the taking. The best is yet to come. Thank you for joining me on this journey. May your investments be wise, your vision clear, and your legacy lasting.